This is DC Danton Crow Crusader. This is the evening feeding on Monday, the 22nd of January. Wow, the gulls are flying high up in the sky, all scattered. There's no crows here. I have no idea what's going on. Of course, the pigeons are gone, and they always are in the evening. Yeah. Look at this car. The whole car looks like this. But I get it washed. I wash it once a week, and that's just fine. It cannot be helped. Those are our little seagulls, and sometimes I get it too, but that's in the nature of my work. So yeah, poor Charlie had a really hard time. Hopefully I caught that on video. I'll be uploading videos when I get home tonight. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Let's see, put all of our goodies together in one bag. This goes in the car. You must always carry extra nuts in the car. Very important. You never know when Charlie shows up and all his goodies have been given out. And you must always be prepared, like a good Girl Scout. I hear banging. Is that banging or firecrackers? Wow, almost sounds like firecrackers. So, I can see why probably there are no birds here today. Very strange, the anti-bird machine's not going off every day. There must be something else going on here. There really should be birds feeding here in the night. Right? And the crows are all gone. I have a very sad story relayed to me by the neighbor this afternoon. And a gray heron. Not a large one, but she thought it was a younger gray heron. A car evidently was traveling, looked like it was traveling too fast, and perhaps he clipped the bird as the bird was taking off along the edge of the sidewalk, and he looks like he killed it. He left it there. He had a broken windshield. He had pieces of his car there, and he just took off without the police. Obviously, this person did not want any contact with the police. It's against the law. If you're in an accident or hit an animal or so forth, you have to stop and contact the police, but he did not. I can only think that he wanted no contact with the police, and he drove away with his broken windshield, and must have really hit that poor birdie. Evidently, it was still alive when they brought it to the vet, but my neighbor, who has such a big heart, could not muster up the courage to call the vet to see what happened to the little bird, but she assumed it died. It wasn't doing very well when it was taken to the vet. So again, and you'll see this on the video of the car that was thinking that was at a standstill in the parking lot here, to avoid the birds. And here he just gave it full gas and tried to run them all over in a Porsche. I mean, unbelievable. But you see what happens. I hope that wasn't Stanley. I certainly hope. For people, new subscribers who don't know Stanley, he's a gray heron, and he used to frequent this field a lot until all the anti-bird devices and poisonings and everything, all kinds of harassment on all sorts of levels were just happening so often that Stanley stopped coming here to the field. But I got a couple of videos actually of him catching mice here and feeding. This was his favorite spot. He'd be across the street on this small piece. He would be here mostly on this field. And yeah, it's It's really something. Here are gulls, or a couple of them. You see no crows. Gosh, I was really hoping to get a hold of Charlie today. I just don't understand it. I think I hear Seymour way up there in the air. It doesn't look like he wants to come down though. Something went on here in the field. You always know. And my YouTubers, you already know what's going on here. So I got extra balls here. I think we'll throw down up along this side here. We did that end earlier. We'll start here. We'll start here and run across the field. This has had time to freeze. It's also easier for the other birds to get to. That could be Charlie up there. Now some crow came down. Sounds like that sounds like Seymour. Come on, Seymour, get in there. Here we got our nuts here. I put 2 packages of balls out tonight, so there's plenty. Oh, look at that. Look at that Seymour. Isn't he something? We have to love. We have to love all these species of birds. Someone asked about feeding pigeons. Pigeons are a non-native species, and there's a lot of speciesism going on, and that's discrimination against certain breeds, species of animals. Okay, especially if they're non-native to that particular area or country. As far as I know, pigeons came from North Africa, I believe. I have to check that out. But no, there's a huge prejudice against feeding these non-native species. And I mean, it's like saying we're all human beings, but only people who come from Germany can be fed and people who come from Spain cannot. I mean, why would you do something like that? It's still a bird, and it doesn't matter if it's a non-native species. It's still hungry, and it still needs food, and it's a beautiful, beautiful bird. And I have no idea why people, even scientists, even people in aviaries and sanctuaries, don't want pigeons. And yet they're just a lovely bird. And yes, they're very, very small beak. Sunflower seeds, sesame seeds are very good for pigeons. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Charlie. This time you're going to get something, and I'm going to make sure that you get it. Here, Charlie. Come here, Charlie. Charlie, come here. Come here. Get it, Charlie. Get it, Charlie. Get it, Charlie. Come on. Get it. Come on, Charlie. Come on, Charlie. Come on, good boy. Here, Charlie. Come on. Come on, Charlie. Come on. Come on, here, Charlie. Charlie, come on. Charlie, here you go. Come on, go, Charlie, go. Okay, all right. Yeah, here you go. Charlie got something, but it was hard. very hard to feed Charlie, but he did come. And he did trust me enough to come up to him. And he's got peanuts here, and there's lots of grain. So, hey, get your peanuts, honey. Get your peanuts. Lots of peanuts there, babies. But Charlie did come down. He ate one piece of sausage on the spot, and then he took, I think, a cashew. I think maybe a piece of cheese toward the end. So here's our little crows coming finally. But yes, you should not discriminate. You should not subscribe to speciesism. All birds are equal in my eyes. And if you have an opportunity, or you have a backyard feeder and a few pigeons show up, yes, they do. All birds can spread certain diseases. And I think instead of these cities and towns like Kreuzlingen doing mass poisonings, which are illegal, but they just look the other way to control their pigeon population, do what they do like in Basel. Set up a pigeon coop, a place where they can get out of the cold, that has fresh hay. They lay their eggs, and then their eggs are replaced with fake eggs. And that way they have 3